Good evening, students. Myself is Girish K. I welcome you all to HashLearn Studios. So today's topic is progressions. So we are going to cover all the quantitative aptitude questions for various exams, including banking, insurance, SSC, and railways. So today's goal is to cover the introduction to progression, types of progressions, important formulae, and we are going to discuss some problems based on them. Okay, so the first one in progression is arithmetic progression, and the second one is geometric progression. So what exactly arithmetic progression is? So progression is nothing but a set of numbers, okay, which will follow certain sequence. Example, if I write a plus d, a plus 2d, and goes on. So this is following some sequence. What the sequence is? Sequence is the term is increasing by d. Okay, first term is a, next is a plus d, next is a plus 2d, again a plus 3d, and goes on. This is the first term if I say, this is the second term, and this is the third term if I say. Your last term or nth term will be a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so make a note. T1 is first term a, second term is a plus d, third term is a plus 2d, and nth term is, here you should note 1 less n minus 1 into d. Example I'll give you. Suppose if it is fourth term, you should be able to tell a plus 4 minus 1 is 3d. Suppose if it is 10th term, a plus 9d. Suppose if it is 15th term, you should say a plus 15 minus 1 is 14d. So nth term is also called as last term. Nth term is also called as last term. So this is your nth term. In general, Tn is a plus n minus 1 into d. What is a? Is the first term, and what is this which is increasing by a constant number? That a is called as first term, and d is called as common difference. Common difference. What is common difference? That is the number where each two terms differ. So a difference, a plus d will give you d. So one important result is the nth term, and the next one is sum of n terms. So when you add up all the terms present in the arithmetic progression, that is a plus d plus a plus 2d up to n terms. Suppose if it is sequence is a is first term, a plus d is second term, a plus 2d is third term, and goes on up to a plus n minus 1 into d. We represent this as Sn, sum of n terms. This is given by the formula n divided by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. What is this? This is sum of n terms. What is n? N is the total number of terms in the sequence or the progression. A is the first term and d is the common difference. Okay, fine then. So this is your second important formula which you should remember. I will Rewrite the formula. A is first term, D is common difference, or you can write it as T2 minus T1 or T5 minus T4. Okay, just you take the difference. Sum of this is nth term, A plus n minus 1 into D. A is first term, D is common difference, n is the number of terms. Sum of n terms is n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into D. That is sum of n terms. Then you have 3 consecutive terms in arithmetic progression. So sometimes they will ask you 5 consecutive terms in arithmetic progression, sometimes 4. So what you need to do when they ask you 3 consecutive terms, A is the first, the second one is A plus D, and you take the behind one as A minus D. So these are the 3 terms. Suppose if they ask you 5 terms, take A plus D, A plus 2D, here back A minus D and A minus 2D. So these are 5 consecutive terms of AP. Okay, is it clear? So with this basics we shall start some problems on progression. Here is the numerical question 1. The question is, an AP has 23 terms. So 23 terms means n is 23. You should make a note. N is 23. The sum of three middle terms of this arithmetic progression is 720, and the sum of last 3 terms of this arithmetic progression is 1320. Then what is the 18th term? So here n is 23. There are 23 terms are there. Then who will be in the middle? You know that 23, if you take 1, 22, 11 into 11 is 22. You know that the middle term will be the 12th term. Okay, your middle term is 12th term, and after that is 13th one, and before that is 11th term. So 3 middle terms. 3 middle terms means 11th term, 12th term and 13th term. So these are the 3 middle terms you need to consider. And 3 last terms. Who are 3 last? 23rd, 22nd and 21st. So these are the 3 last terms. So you know that 11th term is A plus 10D, 12th A plus 11D, 13th A plus 12D. You know that sum of middle 3 terms is 720. Okay, you can take it as 3A plus 10, 20, 30. That will give you 33D is equal to 720. And next one is 21. You can treat this as number 1. Next one is the sum of last 3 terms. Last 3 term is 21, which will give you A plus 20D. 22nd is A plus 21D. 23rd is A plus 22D is equal to 1320. So what does that will give you? 3A plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 is 60, 63D is equal to 1320. This is your second equation. And if you solve, if you simplify, if you subtract 2 and 1, so the question is, what is the 18th term? You know that 18th term is T18 is A plus 17D. You need to find A plus 17D. What we shall do? We shall subtract 2 from 1. If you subtract 2 from 1, what happens? This will give you 63 minus 33. 3a it cancels. That is 3 minus 3 is 0. That is 30D is equal to 1320 minus 720 will give you 13, and 7 will give you 600. If it is 600, you know that the value of D is cancels. 3 2s are 6. That is 20. If D is 20, what happens? D is equal to 20. What will be A? Just you simplify there. That will give you 3A is equal to 720 minus 33D. Okay, 33 that will give you, this is 33D into 20, that will give you 3 into 3 is 6, 3 into 3 is 6, that will give you 660. If you shift this side 660, what does that will give you? 40. This side 40, that is again 60 is the difference. So 3 1s are, 3 2s are, so A will be 20. If A is 20, okay, 17 and common difference is again 20. You know that 17 into 2 is 34, is 340 plus 20 is 360. So 18th term is 360, which is option B. So here you should be sharp in calculating the things. If you miss certain terms, then you will be getting a wrong options. So make sure you do the calculations perfectly. The first step will give you first equation, second step will give you the second equation. Solve them, you will get A and D value. Substitute, you will get the 18th term. Okay, then let us go to the next one. Next question is here. First term of an arithmetic progression is 15. So directly you should write A is 15. And the last term, as I have told you, last term is nothing but nth term. So Tn is A plus n minus 1 into D is given as the last term is 85. If the sum of all terms is 750, and what is the formula for Sn? Sn is 750. So you know the formula, Sn is n divided by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into D, and also you know n by 2 into a plus, you can write it as Tn. What is a? 2a can be written as a plus a. So Sn is 750, n is we need to find, a is 15, and this is 85. So what does that will give you? 85 plus 15 is 100. 750, this is n by 2, that will give you 100. You can cancel this fellow with this fellow, and you can cancel this 7.5 into 2, n is 15. So once you get what is the sixth term, you know that sixth term is a plus 5d. Okay, first term is 15, 15 5s are 75, sixth term is a plus 5d. That will give you 7 into 2, that is n is 15. Okay, n is 15 will give you 15 5s are 75, 75 plus a 15, that will give you 75 plus 80 is equal to, so 90. So 90 is not in the option. So what you can do here is you can change one of the option, you can cross check and make option A as, instead of 30 you make it as 90. So option A is the answer. So there is a change in key need to be done. So sixth term is 90. So you can also analyze that A is 15, and you know that you have total 15 terms. Sixth term is 90. Okay, fine then. Let us go to the next question on arithmetic progression. Here is the problem. 3. The first term is 10. So A is 10. And last term is 28. Same. The last term is Tn. That if you equate it to 28. If the sum of all term is 190. Sum of all term is Sn is 190. Then what is the common difference they are asking you? So common difference, if you want to find, you know that Sn is n by 2 into A plus Tn. Tn is the last term. 190, n we need to find. A is 10 and the last term is given as Tn 28. So you can cancel 190 is equal to n by 2. 28, that will give you 38. You can cancel 2 ones are 2, 2 nines are 18. So n will be equal to 10. What is the common difference? Common difference, you know that Tn is A plus n minus 1 into D. Tn is your nth term. Okay, nth term is 28. Tn nth term is 28. A is 10. N is 9. D you can find. Okay, what does that will give you? 28 minus 10 is 18 is equal to 9D. So D will be 2, which is option D. Option D is the one where you have 2. That is common difference is 2. So what we are doing, we are using the same formulas: first term, common difference, nth term and sum of n terms. We are using those formulas and we are going to get the result. Is it clear? Okay. Fine then, let us go to the next question. Next question, number 4. Sum of three numbers is 45 and their product is 3000. What are those three numbers? You know that one method is you can just simply add. You know that when you add three numbers, 45 you should get. Option D you should omit because that is giving you negative answer. So you know that 45, 20, 30, option A is giving, B is giving and also C is giving. Okay, so now let us see A plus D and A minus D. These are the three terms you need to consider: A plus D and A minus D. So what is their sum? Their sum is given as 45. So A minus D plus A plus D, the sum is given as 45. If you cancel minus D plus D, A is 45, that is 3A, A is 15. A is 15. So how many options you have? 15. You have option 15 here, 15 here, 15 here. Okay. So now what you need to do? You need to multiply. Product is A minus D into A plus D. The product is 3000. You know that simple rule, A plus D into A minus D. The formula will give you A square minus B square. Here D square. 3000. I will take A in the denominator and write it as 15 here. 15 ones are 15 twos are 30, will give you 200. Okay, A square is 15. 15 square is 225. Minus D square is equal to 200. If you shift, D square is equal to, you will get D square is equal to 225 minus 200 is 25. So common difference is 5. If you take D as 5, what happens? Simple term, A will be 15, A plus D will be 15 plus 5, 20. 15 minus 5 is 10. So that is your option C. So common difference is 5. Therefore add 5, you will get the next term to 15. Subtract 5, you will get the preceding term to 15. That is 10, 15 and 20. If you add these three numbers, you will get 45. And if you multiply, you will get 3000. Is it clear? Okay. Hope that all have followed the steps. Next question is here, number 5. How many terms, number of terms, that is n you need to find. And the sequence is 2, 8, 14 and 20. So that the required sum is 60, 660. So A is first term, 2, and you know that common difference is 6. 8 minus 2 is 6. 14 minus 8 is 6. So common difference is 6. Sum is 660. Sn is 660. Formula is n by 2. 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Sn is 660. N we need to find. A is 2. N we need to find. And what about d? D is nothing but 6 he has given. So if you do the simplification, okay, so if you cross multiply here, or you can just divide it, so that you will get 660 n into, if you divide by 2 you will get 2 plus, if you divide by 2, 3n minus 3. Okay, so that will give you n, 3n minus 1, 660. So what does that will give you? You will get 3n square minus n. 3n square minus n is equal to 660. So 3n square minus n is equal to 660. So what are the factors you have? 3n square minus n is equal to 660. So 3n square minus n minus 660 is equal to so what you can do is, one method is you can do the substitution method, or the second one is find the factors and get the answer. So what we shall do here, we shall try with, okay, so 13 square is, I will do the substitution method. Okay, so 13 square, let me check with n is equal to 13. If I take n as 13, 13 square is 169. So what is 169 into 3? So 9 3s are 27, carry 2, 6 3s are 18, 19, 20, 3 1s are 3, 5. Okay, so minus n, so that is minus 13. Will it give you 660? No, that is not going to give you 660, because this is 507 is a small number. Suppose if I take 507 is a smaller number. If I take some bigger number, let me check with 15. So 15 square is 225. Okay, into 3 will give you 225 into 3 is 675 minus 20, that is 15 I am taking, that will give you 660. So n is equal to 15 by substitution method is the right choice. So n is equal to 15 is in option C. That is your answer. Okay, so we checked with n as 13. We were getting 507 minus 13, which is smaller than 500. So just I am increasing the number. Instead of 14 I am taking 15 and substituting and checking. That satisfies and gives you 0. That is the right choice. Is it clear? Okay, fine then. So the next concept we are going to cover in this today's class is geometric progression. So what exactly the geometric progression is? AP is nothing but, arithmetic progression is nothing but where the difference is same. Here ratio is same. So how the general expansion is AR, ER square, ER cube, goes on up to AR power n minus 1. So this is the general sequence of geometric progression. What is A? A is the first term, AR is the second term, AR square third term, AR power 3 fourth term, and this is your nth term. So what is A? First term. What is R? It is common ratio. So R is the term to the previous term. The term to the previous term is common ratio. So here you need to remember this formula, very important. AR power n minus 1 is last term or general term or any term. Suppose if they ask you 7th term, you should write AR to the power 6. You should write always 1 less because 7 minus 1 is 6. If they ask you what is 9th term, you should write AR power 9 minus 1 is 8. Is it clear? So that is your general term. Then you have sum of n terms. What is sum of n terms? So Sn is A into 1 minus R power n divided by 1 minus R, and you have one more formula, R power n minus 1 by R minus 1. This formula you need to use if R is less than 1, this formula if R is greater than 1. Okay, and you have one more formula when n is tending to infinity. Sum of infinite terms in GP is given by A by 1 minus R. Sum of infinite terms in a geometric progression is given by A divided by 1 minus R. R is the common ratio and A is the first term. Then any three terms, any three consecutive terms of geometric progression, we took AR and take the one preceding ratio. R is the common ratio. When you multiply with R, you will get the next term. When you divide with R, you will get the preceding term. So when they ask you three consecutive terms of GP, take them as AR and the preceding one A divided by R. Okay. Suppose if they ask you 5, okay, 5 terms if they ask you, same AR square, then A by R, preceding is A by R square. So these are the 5 terms you take when they ask you 5 consecutive terms in a geometric progression. Okay, fine then. So with this basics, we shall go to the next slide. Next slide is the contest question for today. So you have 60 seconds. The contest question is the concept based on arithmetic progression. You're left with 50 more seconds. More seconds. Yeah, it's time up. Time up, and the winner will be announced in the next class. Here is the continuation of the problems on the concepts what we have covered just now, that is a geometric progression. Here the question is, find the fifth term of a GP, and the GP is given as 1 by 7, 1 by 14 and 1 by 28. So fifth term, as I have told you, when they ask you fifth term, directly you should tell AR to the power 5 minus 1 is 4. Fifth term is AR power 4. Nth term is AR power n minus 1. What is A? First term 1 by 7. What is R? Common ratio, term divided by the preceding term. What does that will give you? That will give you 1 by 14 into 7 by 1. That will give you 1 by 2. Common ratio is 1 by 2. Substitute in T5. A is 1 by 7 into R is 1 by 2 whole to the power 4. That will give you 1 by 2, 4, 16, 7 into 16. You know that 7 into 16, 7 6 are 42, 2 is the unit place. That will give you option B. 1 by 112 is the fifth term of the expansion 1 by 7, 1 by 14, 1 by 28. Next fourth term and fifth term will be 1 by 112. Is it clear? Okay. Let us go to the next one. Here is question 7 based on the concept geometric progression. Find the sum of the following infinite GP. So infinite, just now I have told you, yes, infinity, sum of infinite terms is given by a formula A divided by 1 minus R. A is the first term and R is the common ratio. So what does this is going to give you? That will give you A is 1 by 3 and common ratio is minus 2 divided by 9 whole divided by 1 by 3. That is minus 2 by 9 into 3 by 1. 3 1s are 3 3s are 9. So minus 2 by 3 is the common ratio. Common ratio is minus 2 by 3. Term divided by the preceding term will give you common ratio. Just you substitute in the formula of S infinity. A is 1 by 3 and common ratio is minus 2 by 3. That is 1 by 3 whole divided by 3 plus 2 divided by 3. That gives you 1 by 5, which is in option D. So it is a direct substitution of the values in the standard formula of S infinity, A by 1 minus R. Is that okay? Hope that all have followed the steps. Here is the next question. Question number 8. So the distance traveled in meters by a ball dropped from a height R. You know that the distance traveled in meter by a ball dropped from a height 128 by 9, 32 by 9, 32 by 3, 8, 6 and it goes on. How much distance will it travel before coming to the rest? Okay. So here A is equal to 128 by 9. 128 by 9. So what is the common ratio? The common ratio, what you can do here is, the term is 32 by 3 whole divided by 128 by 9. So what does that will give you? 32 by 3 into 9 by 128. That will give you 3 ones are 3 threes are 9. Okay, so that will give you again 16 twos are 16 eights are 2 ones are 2 fours are, that is going to give you 3 by 4. So here is the problem. Number 8. A is 128 by 9. And what is the common ratio? Common ratio is the term 32 by 3 whole divided by 128 by 9. So 32 by 3 into 9 by 128. 3 ones are 3 threes are 9. You know that 32 ones are 32 fours are. R is 3 by 4. You can also cross verify. You know that 6 by 8 is again 3 by 4. 6 by 8 is again 3 by 4. So what you need to do? S infinity is A by 1 minus R. So you need to add up 128 by 9 whole divided by 1 minus common ratio is 3 by 4. So 128 by 9 whole divided by 1 by 4. Okay. So what does that will give you? That will give you 128 into 4 divided by 9. So divided by 9, 128 4. 8 threes are 24, 8 fours are 32. That is option C. 512 by 9 is the answer. Okay. So what happens when you drop a ball? Drop a ball, you know that it will cover the distance and it goes and stop after a long time. You know that it becomes 0. So it is infinite. You know that jumps it is going to do. Infinite jumps when it is going to do. You take the formula of S infinity A by 1 minus R. A is the first term and R is the common ratio. Use S infinity formula. You will get the final answer. Okay. Fine then. So next problem, number 9. There is a set of 4 numbers P, Q, R and S respectively. The first 3 are in GP and the last 3 are in AP with a difference 3. Okay. The first and the fourth numbers are same. Find the value of P. So here you should be very clear in understanding the things. There are 4 numbers P, Q, R and S respectively in such a way that the first 3 terms are in GP. So P, Q, R are in geometric progression. And the last 3 terms are in arithmetic progression. That is Q, R, S are in arithmetic progression, they are telling you. And the last with a common difference is 3. So common difference is 3. If the first and fourth term, if the first and the fourth numbers are same, then find the value of P. So what we are going to consider is, okay, he has given you certain information. So if I take P as geometric progression is telling A, Q as AR, and R as, okay, I will write it as AR, take it as AR and AR square. So these are the three numbers I am going to consider, A, AR and AR square. And what about S? Yes, we don't know, but he is telling you that Q, R, S are in the arithmetic progression. If they are in arithmetic progression, so what you should get, you know that if these are in AP, you know that R minus Q, common difference is what? 3. S minus R is also 3. What is the first and fourth? You know that first one and fourth one. So let me compute based on this information. What is R minus Q? R minus Q is, if it is, I am taking it as R is AR square minus Q is AR. If I take it as 3, because that is the common difference, and S is the last three terms with a common difference 3. So if this is AR square and AR square is the 1, whatever the number you have, that will be plus 3. So S will be AR square plus 3 minus, what is R? Your R is AR square. R is AR square, that is going to give you, that cancels, and 3 is equal to 3, just that is justified. You know that this will give you A into R square minus R is equal to 3. So this is what one of the equation we are getting, and you know that the first and fourth are same. So what is the first one? The first one is A, and what is the fourth one? Just now I wrote it here, AR square plus 3. AR square plus 3. So if you use this AR square plus 3, A is equal to AR square plus 3. If you solve this one and this one, what is that you are going to get? The first term is A, I am considering, and the fourth term is AR square plus 3. So if you substitute, then find the value of P. That using that you can find the value of substitute. Let me take here AR square. AR square is A minus 3. If I substitute here, A minus 3 minus AR is equal to 3. So if I take this 3 that side, A minus AR is equal to 6. So A into 1 minus R will give you 6. So substitute here, you can substitute that is P, Q, R. You know that these two are in common difference. What is the difference? You have AR square minus AR is equal to, difference is 3 they were telling. So A R, if I take A outside, that is 1 minus R, you will get R minus 1 is 3. So if I take R minus 1, if I take it as AR is equal to 6. A into 1 minus R is equal to 6. That will give you 3 divided by R minus 1. R minus 1 is minus 6 by A. So minus 6 by a. If I shift this one to the top, a get cancels. So r is minus 1 by 2. If I take r as minus 1 by 2, that will give you a is equal to r as minus 1 by 2. That will give you 1 plus 1 by 2 is 3 by 2. So a is equal to 3 divided by 2, that is 3 by 2 is equal to 6. 3 ones are 3 twos are. So you will get a value as 4. Where a is 4, a is 4 in option D. What is a? A is nothing but p. So what you do, just you simplify 1 and 2. Substitute one in the other. So here the steps are little complex because shortage of space. So make a note of step number 1 and step numbers 2. Substitute one in the other and simplify. You will get the value of a, that is p is equal to 4. Is it clear? Okay. So make a note. You can try this same problem again in the home. Make a note of these equations. Make a note of r. Capital R should give you minus 1 by 2. After simplifying, a is 4. A is nothing but p. P value is 4. Okay. Fine then. Let's go to the next. Number 10. Sum of three numbers and their product is 27. What are the numbers? I told you three numbers when they talk, you should consider them as a, ar and a by r. The sum of three numbers is 21 by 2a by r plus a plus ar is 21 by 2, and product a by r, ar is 27. You know that r cancels. A cube is 27. A will be 3. You need to find what are those numbers. So when you put a is equal to 3 here, it will become 3 by r plus 3 plus 3r is equal to 21 by 2. So what you need to do, you need to do the simplification where you will get where is 3? You can see here 3 is here, so you can take that 3 here. If you simplify ar is equal to 3 by 2 means what will be r? R will be 1 by 2. You know that matches, option D matches. You can use substitution method. One is you can solve this quadratic equation and find the value of r, and the second method is the simplest method. A is equal to 3 we have got. You know that the middle term is 3, so 3 is here in option D. You can directly mark that as the answer. We can also cross verify 3 by 2, take it as AR, and R is 1 by 2, and you can cross check. When you multiply 3 divided by half, it becomes 6. So 6 is the preceding term. A by R, 6 is the preceding term. So the three numbers are 6, 3 and 3 by 2. Is it clear? Okay. So summary of the class is we did the problems on two concepts, that is arithmetic progression and also geometric progression, and we learnt the important formulas on AP. The two main important formulas are nth term a plus n minus 1 into d, and sum of n terms n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. These are the two main important formulas in AP. And also when they ask you to find three consecutive numbers in AP, take a plus d and a minus d preceding one. Similarly in GP, the nth term is ar power n minus 1 and Sn is a into r power n minus 1 by r minus 1 if r is greater than 1. 1 minus r power n by 1 minus r if r is less than 1, and the most important in this is infinite sum in GP, a by 1 minus r. So when they ask you 3 terms, take them as a, ar, and the preceding one as a by r. Is it clear? Okay. So thanks for joining us, students. Hope you liked the class. If you are liked, please do share this video among your friends and help them. So students who have passport, you know that they will get benefited from a plenty of bonus content. You know that on your app you have a lot of content related to this quantitative aptitude part for the various competitive exams like banking exams, SSC, and also various other exams. So passport holders will get access to those, and non-passport holders will not have access. So please do subscribe at $4.99. You know that you will get access to plenty of content for the competitive examination. Okay, thank you again. Thanks for joining us. See you.